Food TV presents A Dessert for the Soul, and here with this week's recipe is your host, Jordan Driskell.
Hello, and welcome to Food TV. Today, I'll be bringing you a dessert that may not be good for your heart, but it's definitely good for your soul. I'll be showing you how to make an upside-down German chocolate cake. Let's go ahead and get started. First off, you want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. And nobody likes to wait after they make the cake to let the oven heat up. So let's go ahead and do that. And I'll pretend that I have a fake one back here. So 350 degrees, remember. Next, I'll be showing you all the different ingredients that you will need. And later on in the show, I'll give you the certain measurements that you need to actually make the cake. So first, you need moist German chocolate cake. Then you will need some coconut, and you will also need some chopped nuts. I use pecans because I really like pecans, but you can use whatever you want. You can use walnuts, almonds, whatever you want. Like I said, I like pecans, so I use pecans. Then you will need chocolate chips, as I have here. And also you can have however many you want. The measurement calls for, about a half a cup, and I like more. So what you need is, chocolate chips, but however many you want. If you're a big chocolate eater, use chocolate. Then you will need butter or margarine, and I use butter. You will also need some cream cheese, and you will also need confectioner's sugar, as I have here. Also, for the moist German chocolate cake mix, you will need oil and water, as I have here, the oil up here and the water in here, and you will need some eggs, as I have here. This cake is very simple to make, but it takes a little bit longer to cook. It just depends on what kind of pan you use. You can use a bundt pan, as I have here, or you can also use a 9x13 cake pan. With a bundt pan, you're actually capable of making it look upside down. And with a 9x13, you don't actually have to dump it out and make it look, with the bundt pan, you can actually make it look upside down, as I have here. Also, with this cake pan, you can leave it in the pan as it's made and just cut it up like that. With a bundt pan, it takes about 50 minutes or so to cook, just because each layer is kind of separate and it takes a little bit longer for different layers. With the cake pan, it takes about 45 because the ingredients kind of blend in more, so it doesn't take as long. And you can use this recipe for any occasion. It can be for birthdays, holidays. Every time my mom asks what kind of dessert anyone likes, I'll be the first one to say, I want an upside-down German chocolate cake. Now that we have the ingredients we need, let's go ahead and get the different measurements. Like I said, you need 1 box of moist supreme German chocolate cake. 1 box of that. Then you need 1 cup of coconut, as I have here, and 1 cup of chopped nuts, whatever you want. I have pecans because, like I said, I like pecans. You need a half of a cup of chocolate chips, and like I said, you can use more or less, whatever you want. And when we return from the break, I will show you the rest of the ingredients and how to mix them together and make your cake in a bundt pan or in a 9x13. And like I said, it's good for any kind of event, occasion, birthday party, holiday, whatever you want. And we hope you enjoy this commercial from our sponsors, No Soda. We want to give them a big shout out.
Soda, though tasty, does not support an athlete's body. Champions don't thrive on corn syrup. Try No Soda. All of the flavor and none of the unhealthiness. No Soda. Be your own champion.
Hello and welcome back. I'm your host, Jordan Driskell, and here on Food TV, I'm showing you how to make an upside-down German chocolate cake. If you're just joining us, I am going over the ingredients that you will need to make your cake. Like I said, you will need 1 box of moist supreme German chocolate cake. You will need 1 cup of coconut and 1 cup of chopped nuts. I use pecans, or you can use whatever you want, it doesn't matter. I have half of a cup of chocolate chips, and like I've already said, you can use however much you want. You can add to it, you can take away, it just depends on what you like. You have to have 3/4 cup of butter or margarine. Like I said, I use butter. And for a stick of butter, that is about 1.5 sticks of butter. You need 8 ounces of cream cheese, which is just this box, and as on here it has 8 ounces. And you need a box or a pound of confectioner's sugar. And you can either go to the store and buy just a plain box, or you can measure it out. For the moist supreme German chocolate cake, you need, on the back of the box of this cake, it says that you need a cup of water, 1/3 of a cup of oil, as I have here, a cup of water, 1/3 of a cup of oil, and you also need 3 eggs, which I have all 3 back here. And now that we have all of our ingredients, let's go ahead and start mixing our cake. The first thing that you want to do is, after you have your coconut and your pecans or whatever you want mixed out, you put it into the bag, and you want to go ahead and kind of mix all that together. So you have to mix it together really well until it all looks like blended. Then you're going to put that into the cake pan, and that will be your first layer. And what you want to do is you want to spread it all around and make sure it covers every inch of either the 9x13 or the bundt pan. It doesn't matter. Then what you do next is you get your chocolate chips, and you want to sprinkle those all the way across the pan. And you want there to be chocolate chips everywhere, because everybody likes chocolate in every bite. Okay, now once that's done, you can set that aside, and then you're going to start on the actual cake mix. So what you're going to do is you get your moist supreme German chocolate cake, as I have here, and you're going to put it into your pan. And you'll also need an electric mixer for the cake, and later on for the cheese and the cream cheese. But once you get this in here, you add your water and your oil, and then you add all 3 eggs in here. And then you're going to get your electric mixer, you're going to mix it together really well, and until it has the right consistency and no lumps, because lumps are gross and nobody likes those. Okay, and once all of that is blended together really well, you add that into your cake pan. So that'll all go in here. Next, you want to go ahead and work on the cream cheese, the butter, and the sugar. So what you need to do is you have a separate bowl, and you want to probably put your butter into like a separate bowl from this and kind of heat it up. That way it's already kind of room temperature or kind of melted. Then once you get it out of the microwave, you add it into the bowl, and then you get your cream cheese, and you want that to be room temperature as well, and you put that in, and then you mix that together really well, and you slowly add your sugar. So then you get your electric mixer, and then you add it all back together, and once that is consistent and no lumps, you add that either onto the bundt pan. You can dollop it with a spoon such as here. You dollop it, and you kind of spread it around, or you do the same thing in your 9x13. And once you're done, it comes out, and it looks a lot like this in a bundt pan, and it looks really good. But anyways, thank you for tuning in today. Until next time, keep that sweet tooth sweet, and we hope that you join us next time. Thank you again for tuning in, and thank you for No Soda for that nice message of energy drink. Until next time, keep that sweet tooth sweet.